Alright, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video, of course. What else? This is a viewer requested video. YouTube username 12345duck asks, who would survive the longest on their own solo? And I'm going to add to that, who do I think will actually survive just the longest in the show or the comic book series period? So, in other words, when we get to a point down the line in a few years, who will still be alive, who will be the final survivor out of the group that we have now. So we'll start with the TV series. So the TV series, generally is following the comic book series quite a bit, with the difference of different things happening to characters at different times. So I don't think that it's going to be the same as the comic book series in that way, where we can sort of say, this character will survive all the way through to issue 100 and then die, and this character will survive past that until maybe 200 and then die. It's going to be its own entirely its own thing. And in that, I think that Rick probably will live the longest of anyone, I think. In the comic book series, on the other hand, I don't know for sure if you can say that Rick will be, the longest to survive, because look at who else you have. You have Michonne, who has kind of been a side character, but they just released an issue of her, sort of a spin-off series. So there's a potential that she could probably survive longer than Rick. You have Andrea, who's still alive in both the TV series and the comic series. So there's a potential that she could outlast Rick. And, lots of other characters as well. But actually, now that I think about it, with regards to the comic book series, the character that will probably last the longest would probably be Carl, I think. I think it'd be Carl, although there is a potential that Kirkman could kill off Carl too. But it just seems like maybe eventually Carl would take over as the protagonist of the series in place of Rick, and then the series eventually will follow him. So I think that eventually Rick is going to die at some point. But I think it'll probably be in the comic book series, probably somewhere around issue 200, 300, something like that. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. And then at that point, either Carl or Michonne or somebody like that will take over. They could kill Michonne too. Really, it could kill anybody. But I think we're probably looking at Carl as being the final survivor of the comic book series. The TV show probably won't last that long. It just probably won't. Will it pass the comic book series in terms of where it's at? This is something that at first I said, no, there's no way that the TV series will ever, pass the comic book series in terms of the story. But now that season 3 is here and we're starting to look at it, it looks like they may do almost all of the prison sequence and the governor parts in season 3. Like, this 16 episodes could be all of the prison. And then as soon as season 3 is done, we could be at issue 50 or 60 or something, getting like halfway there to where the comic book series is. Whereas before this season started, we were only at issue 12 or something? Like 11 or 12 by the end of season 2. So for them to go from 12 episodes to, in one season, the 50th episode, it's going to catch up really fast if they stay at that pace. Especially if they do that again for the 4th season, then in the 5th or 6th season, we'll be right on par with where it is in the comic book series, unless they go down a totally different route, which is what I would actually like to see them do, is do something completely different than what's in the comic books, at least for a while, so that, not only so that the comic book series can get ahead of it, but also so that, it's just new and fresh, and it's not exactly the same thing as what, we don't know exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. So I think that's my prediction, is that in the comic book series, Carl's going to survive the longest. But in the TV series, I think it'll be Rick, because I think the dynamics are different. The length of the story is different. In a comic book series, you can have that going for 10, 20, 30 years until Kirkman's ready to retire or ready to, croak or whatever. And at that point, then you might have, Carl come in, because it'll last so long. But the TV series, if you can get 5 to 10 seasons out of a TV series, that's pretty damn good. Smallville got what, 10 seasons? Yeah, 10 seasons exactly. So I don't anticipate now. The Walking Dead's got way higher viewership and ratings than that did. So there's a possibility that it could last that long. But I just think the time frame is smaller. So you'll probably have character deaths happening at different times, and that Rick will probably last the longest in the TV series. I can't really think of too many other characters that have been in it since near the beginning, that are going to last that long. Michonne could be in there, but I don't think she would have a TV show all by herself. I don't think it would work. So that's it. For the comic book series, I think Carl will survive the longest, and for the TV series, I think it's going to be Rick. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev. Same peace.